Okay, so you guys that don't know me, my name is Simply Cindy. My name is Cindy, but I have Simply Cindy as my channel. I do all kinds of things. I'm a medium most of all. That's what I've been since I was born. Uh, but I'm a tarot reader, I'm an astrologer, I'm a hypnotherapist. I do past life, present, and future. Um, Regressions, progressions, whatever you want to call that, hypnosis. Do meditations. I know a lot of modalities. Probably am certified in whatever. If they've given degrees or certifications, I've got it. So on with the reading about you guys. So again, I'm just going to be channeling and see what I get. There is no particular sign. This is for anybody that it reaches. If you've been called to this video, then you're probably going to get a message. So let's talk about what's going on right now. I know everybody has been sort of inward, and this is the time of the year that we go inward. And the reason I say that is because um, today is going to be, it's either going to be, I'm either going to release this on September 1st or right before September 1st. And by that time, we have 7 retrogrades. Um, yeah, we have Mercury in retrograde, we have Venus in retrograde, we have Uranus in retrograde, we have Neptune in retrograde, we have Pluto in retrograde, we have Chiron in retrograde. So when I look at the whole picture about retrogrades, and that many retrogrades, it's really a time, it's almost like the universe is saying, okay, this is your time to think about, readjust. So retrogrades are always realign, readjust, redo. It's the re's, right? So rethink. Um, so another perspective. And with these, not just the inner planets, but the outer planets, it seems like we're going to be going through like some bigger changes, like the societal changes, which we already have. And as you can see, we've had, fires here and storms there, and some things that we haven't seen, like over here um, in Southern California, there's a possible, well, it may have hit by this time, but there's possible hurricane, which hasn't happened since the early 1900s. So, or mid 1900s, I think. 1953, I think is what it was. Anyway, so all of these readjustments, rethinking, it's caused us to go inward. So where we were just at in, May, June, July, it's all about outward, and we're more apt to be sociable, we're more apt to like engage, and lately we have been inward because all the retrogrades didn't happen at once, but by this time all the retrogrades are here. Okay, so we have all the retrogrades going to be here until, and then it's going to start easing off in October, and then as we go through November, right? So um, it's just caused us to go more and more inward with ourselves, within ourselves. And so that's why I wanted to start this now, because now is when you need messages. Now is when you want the messages. Am I thinking about this correctly? Am I seeing this right? Am I seeing this clearly? Because Neptune retrograde not only causes you to go inward and think about it again, but you're not seeing it correctly sometimes. You're seeing it askewed. Okay? I'm not saying that you can't get something correct from it. I'm just saying that it's askewed. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Let's see what my higher self has to say. Right now we have the let's see, we have Mercury in retrograde, so you guys know about that. That's the bigger one, right? That's the one everybody knows about, Mercury retrograde. So you're not getting your messages out right. You're not able to not just speak the way that you want to, but you're misunderstood a lot, or you're misunderstanding other people, or in emails they're not getting through, or texts aren't getting through, or calls aren't coming through, or um, If you haven't done something with electronics or equipment or any of that, that's all going to come up for you. Like, I don't know how many times that I see in Mercury retrograde where somebody's car should have been fixed and it's not being fixed, and then Mercury retrograde comes because you've seen the red light and you've seen, or you know that your tire is low, or you know that you need some oil, or you know that you need gas, or you know that you've been looking at it, but then retrograde hits and bam, it messes up. Like you can't use the car, something happens, and then you're all flustered and frustrated, but it's because you've been seeing the signals. And Mercury is like, nope, you're going to get this done because it's to your benefit. It's um, you don't want to have an accident. You don't want to be on the side of the road as a single woman or gosh, even as a man right now. You don't want to have your children and you on the side of the road. It's these things are in place to help us, and the more that we fight against something, the harder it's going to be for us. If we just go with the flow, the energy that's going through. If we work with the energy, it's easier on us. And for so many of us, we've had a hard life. And I know that it's a habit for us to fight, 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 fight every day. And then we've come to this point where we're tired. You're tired, you don't want to fight anymore, but you don't know how to do it any other way because that's all you've done. Um, which brings up another point of me being an herbalist. I use herbs a lot in my practice. And I think everybody at least everybody that I've seen and I know, needs to reset their nervous system. Your nervous system needs to be reset is the word that mainstream uses. You need to heal that nervous system. You need to heal your neurons in your brain too, because they're so used to firing, 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 at being at in a crisis mode that you're even when you don't want to be on, you're on. Okay, so for a lot of you, there are very, very gentle herbs that will help. You can always email me and we can talk about that. But I think a lot of people, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're having trouble um, calming down, like if you're noticing, like on your day off, you can't even sit still. Like you gotta keep going, keep going, keep going, but you want to sit still. Like you have the memory of those times where you could enjoy yourself and watch a movie and not worry about two other different things and three things are on your mind, and you're not sleeping. Like a lot of you are getting up in your sleep. This is what I'm hearing from spirit. A lot of you are not sleeping well. A lot of you are not, even if you get a 6 hour, 8 hour, 10 hour, I'm saying 14 hour, it almost is like you're sleeping the 14 hours, but you've actually only really had about 2 hours of good sleep, right? And that's your nervous system. You need to calm it down. You need to let it know that it's not in crisis mode anymore. Now, when I say that, there's a lot of type A's that will be like, I don't know, I don't want to give up control, right? Like whether they want to admit it or not, they need to know what's going to go on next because that's all they've ever known is stuff to fall out, like stuff to happen, right? They're in crisis mode. And again, we are what we think. So if you are constantly in crisis mode, guess what's coming? Crisis, right? And so we need to get into that better space. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I've made the commitment to do this. I want to help everybody get into a happy space, a peaceful space, an abundant space, a space where if something comes towards you like a crisis, you'll know the difference and you'll be able to get on and do it. Why? Because you've done it all of your life. You know what to do, right? But you are so constantly in, it's like this vicious cycle. We had to fight for so long and had to be on for so long and had to the nervous system had to go on and go on and go on that's all we think about. Even when we're not thinking, even when we think we're not thinking about it, it's in our mind to have a crisis to what's going to happen next, what's going to go wrong next, what can I do next, what's well, guess what, whatever we're thinking and feeling is the way that our outer exterior life comes about, our reality, right? And so if you're constantly thinking about a crisis, if you're constantly worried about what's coming next, if you're constantly worried about, did he say that? Did she say that? Am I going to get fired? Da, 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 da. Like if you're constantly worried about that, you're calling that in. That is going to be your reality. And then when it is your reality, you're like, why can't I ever get out of it? Right? Why does this always happen to me? Because you're constantly on and thinking about it. Like you got to get out of that. And I want to help you get out of that. I want to help you understand that there is peace in this world, that there is abundant in this world, that there are good people still in this world, that it is a happy time, that it's an exciting time. So, um, this is why I'm going to be on here every day. Just to be in my energy will help you calm down. There are herbs that can help you calm down. There are herbs like lemon balm, lavender. There are stronger ones, but those are very gentle ones to start with, and they really make a difference. They really do make a difference because you don't know how to get to that calm space anymore. And this is why spirit, source, us, higher, our higher selves. This is why we made the earth we made the way we made it. She's part of us. Mother Earth is part of us. She's here to help heal us. She's just like we're here to help heal her, she's here to help heal us, right? And she's provided everything that we need. Big Pharma doesn't want us to know this, right? That was, I mean, if y'all don't know by now that y'all have been lied to from the very beginning, that we're having to redo all of this stuff, that's a whole other subject. But it's time for y'all to wake up. A lot of y'all are awake, and a lot of y'all have been working on yourselves, but you guys haven't been implementing. And I'm just here to help you tweak and understand that resonance and feel that resonance of happiness and abundant and calm and love. And love. There's still love in the world. I know some of you don't see it, but there's still love in the world. So let's get you to that. Okay? All right. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Ooh. Again, this message is for all of those that are looking at it. Okay? I have in the first position, can you see that? That's upside down. Sorry. Um, that's the Emperor. That's you. It's funny because I think you know that at your core this is you. Whoever this is, because this is for a lot of people. You know at the core that this is you. You're the emperor. You've been building. You are trying to have communities. You are understanding the workings of people and things around you. And some of you have been very, very successful. So I'm talking to a lot of successful people. You understand that you can't do this alone, and you've worked on helping yourself be open to having, sorry about the glare. You've worked on helping understanding that there that it takes a village, right? It takes a village. Um, but on the other hand, I'm seeing that even though you see it and you know it's weird, you know that you're an emperor, but I feel like you're not confident in the fact that you're an emperor. Does that make sense? Like I almost feel like in my head and in my heart, I know this is possible. I know who I am. I am a huge being. I am an evolved being. I am an ascended being, right? I know who I am, but I'm feeling like you don't portray that. You don't give off that vibe. You just sort of, uh, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get to this, right? So I feel like you're strong inside, but I feel like you won't make the move to do the necessary things to get this done. Because this is you. You're the emperor. Um, you're building something. You're building a network. You're building a group. You're building a different way in society. And again, some of you have been really successful. A lot of you have been really successful. Others of you, and then I'm seeing this other part where these others feel like that's who they are on the inside and it just hasn't shown on the outside. And again, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because you may feel this way on the inside, like you're an emperor, like you can grow things and you have this idea about how you want your the rest of your life to be and how you want to engage in society and with people and maybe not engage with people but just have your core group. And either way is fine, but it's almost like you're not taking the steps because I wouldn't even say you're afraid. It's almost like you're disappointed. Like that hasn't happened to me. I can feel it. I trust it. I believe in it, but I don't know if I trust in myself, which is kind of strange for an emperor. Hmm. No, because an emperor could keep going, and things happen to them, and then they realize, like, oh, this is who I am, and people see me this way, but I've just been working. I've just been doing. So this is you. So those of you that are it, that feel it, that see it, just know that you have all the support in the universe. Like, look at these two lights. You have all the support in the universe. This is here for you. And this is for a lot of people. You have worked and you have dreamed and you have cleared and you have healed and you have therapy and you have da 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 and you've done this and you've done that and but you're not taking the leap. You're not trust, and it's not that you don't trust in the universe. It's not that you don't trust in a higher power, God, your higher self. Like you've done all the Reiki and you've done all the. Um, I've done the classes. I've done the, and even in like corporate, I've done. I've taken the classes. I've done my degrees. I've put in the work. I've got the experience. Da 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 da. Like it, even though you have that, it's like you're not taking the steps to implement it. And it's right here for you because it's in your now. This is you. It's ready to be built for a lot of you. You just have to leap. And again, like I was going to say, I keep hearing from my higher self. It's not that you don't trust the universe or your higher self or source or for some of you that work with aliens, the aliens or the whatever being that you see that's higher than you that you connect with, it's not that you don't trust them, it's that you don't trust you and you don't trust this life. But this life is here to provide everything for you. This reality right now, on this earth right now, wherever you may be on this earth, is here to provide for you. That's how it works. You're the creator. You're the one, but you have to take the steps. You have to trust in yourself. A lot of you are really strong, really strong. Like I'm seeing a lot of type A's. Really strong, but it's like I don't know. It's like you've been disappointed and you feel like if I make the wrong step, I don't know if I have it within me to keep going. And I'm here to say, because I'm seeing this, that you are the emperor. You are building, but you have to take the action. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's see what's crossing you. Yeah, so the Eight of Cups. So what's crossing you, this is what's holding you back. What's holding you back is not walking away from what's needed. Like some of you are trying to have one world and this other world. Like you want this world, you want this reality, but you're not willing to let go of what you know. You already know. You already know what to do. You know that you should not have that job. You know that you should not have that relationship. You know that if you spend your money on blah 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 blah, all the incidentals, no, I won't even call them incidentals. Right now, you know with the budget that you have, or with the way money is, or with the way finances and the economy are, you know if I used to be able to spend such and such money, I can't spend it now, but you continue to do it. They're not saying you can't have it. They're saying you just have to do it a different way. That's all. You're moving. We're all moving into a very different space. But I don't understand how you think you can move into this space where it's easy, where it's calm, where it's not much work and plenty of abundance, yet you're doing it the old way and you're not walking away. Some people, most situations, and most things cannot go where you're going. I've said this before. I used to say this a lot in my old tarot readings, but I'm feeling this way again. Like it's almost like you're trying to bring that person with you, or that thing with you, or that job with you. I don't know if this makes sense, but you are needing to walk away from some things. You are needing to make a choice. You are needing to implement. So a lot of us, myself included, a lot of us, I'm hearing, you want this, but you won't leave this. You have to leave this. And that doesn't mean you leave everything. That just means there are some habits, there are some things, and these are things that you know. You know. You know what each one of these empty cups are. These are empty. They're not filled. These are things that have been taken, things that are dragging you down, things that are causing you sorrow, things that are causing you pain. These are all empty cups, and you're not walking away from it. But you want this, and this is here for you. But you have to walk away from this. It's crossing you. You have to walk away from this. So let's see. Oops, let me try to get it over here. So this is what's come to pass. I'm sorry, this is what's coming to pass. So I'm seeing that to have this, to have your dream, to have what you envisioned, to have what you've been working on, to have what you thought about and cleared your aura for and done your meditations for and did the hypnosis for and did the reading for and all of that, to have that, it's like you're waiting. Like but when I see this card now, this is the 9 of wands. You have this and you're ready to go, right? And it's almost like you're waiting for the universe to give you a signal. And this is what I'm getting. You know how when you tell the universe, can you give me a sign? Give me a sign. Or you tell your higher self, give me a sign to know that I'm doing this right. And the universe gives you a sign. And you're like, well, give me another sign just to make sure. And then they give you another sign. And you're like, well, but I'm not really sure. Can you just make sure and give me another sign? And that's what I'm seeing. It's like you keep asking to get signs and you're not doing anything about it. You're not implementing. This is a wand. You have to take action. And the thing is because you just don't believe in yourself. This is what the Saturn and Pisces is going to be working on in this next 18 months. You have to believe in yourself. It's going to put structure to what you thought. It's going to put structure to your belief system. It's going to put structure to the thing that's not structured. right? The things, the way of life, the belief system that you have, the understanding that you have about the universe and source and your higher self and the beings and the aliens and all of that. Like it's going to put structure to this. So anything that's out of bounds, anything that's like not, I won't say not reality, anything that um, we thought we wouldn't be able to understand, in the next 18 months, you're going to be able to understand it. But this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you have so much wisdom up here. I'm seeing that you have a lot of wisdom, yet you sit and you wait. I know you're tired. We're all tired. But guess what? We've been tired. We were tired before the pandemic. We were really tired. Okay? It's not like you can't work tired. It's not like you can't, I won't say work. It's not like you can't take initiative tired. It's not like you can't make a choice, take an action, do the thing, let it go, move on to this thing, believe in yourself. It's not like you can't do that and be tired. But what you don't understand, this is what I'm getting from spirit, from my higher self, is when you do these things, it's all of a sudden going to invigorate you. It's going to give you energy. You're not going to be tired. You're tired because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over because that's what seems safe. Because there's been so much change that you don't know where you're going. Yet you do know where you're going. You've just told yourself and don't believe in yourself. Does that make sense? So it's almost like you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Like you're like, I know all these things, I have all this wisdom, I'm ready to go, but you're not taking the initiative. This is your world you're creating. This is your world. This is what I mean by this time. This time period is exciting. It may be unstable for a lot of people, myself included. It may be very unstable. We don't know from one day to the next what's going to go on, right? But that's exciting because you get to create this world. So create it. This is why we need to be in the better space. This is why we need to be in the space. Do we want to create peace? We got to be in the space of peace. Do we want to create more love? Well, we got to be in the space of love. Do we want to create ease and stability and abundance? You got to be in those spaces. You're in this space over here because you're refusing to let go of these old habits. Does that make sense? This is a message from your higher self. See, your higher self is even giving you, sorry, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands takes initiative. The Queen of Wands is all fiery. The Queen of Wands, whether they fall or not, that's not the point. The point is they went and did it. They went and did it. They're not even thinking about the fall. They're not even thinking of, like when a Queen of Wands falls, she's like, "All right, I'll get up. Like I'm gonna get up and do it again. I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna get up. I fell on my ass and now I'm gonna get up and do it again. So what? I'll do it until I get it done. I'll do it until I get it the right way that I want it." She's very, very confident. That's the message from your higher self. She believes in herself. She doesn't believe in the universe. She doesn't believe in people. She believes in herself. That's an Aries, that's a Leo. They believe in themselves. They don't need you to tell them anything. That's where Spirit's saying that you need to be. Believe in yourself because you have formed this in your mind. And some of you have formed this in your life. You've actually made it physical, right? Continue to be, or start to be for some of you, confident in yourself. Quit worrying about what people think. Quit worrying about what tomorrow is. It's about right now. It's about today. It's about what you're doing. That's from your higher self. What's coming to pass, this is where what's like where you're at in where what you want, but this is what's coming to pass. And that's news. That's like a gift. That's a gift. That's almost a gift to help you. It's the Knight of Swords, so it's something that you thought about. It can come swiftly. Um, it can change everything around for you, um, but it's not the king and it's not the queen. It's just the start. So it's like news. It's a little bit of news and a gift. Okay. And for some of you, see, what am I seeing? I almost feel like you got to do something here to get this. You got to take the action. This is like what you're waiting for, but it's like I don't know how to explain this. Like you ha you have to take an action. Like just even the thought of I'm going to do this will bring this. Okay? And this is exciting. This is to get you here. Okay? What has brought you to this is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups is news that you felt in your heart. Maybe you saw something, maybe that person did something, maybe your job did something, maybe your career did something. It was some news that you felt like all of a sudden I can see it. And again, we've been in retrograde, so you've been introspecting, right? So it was something that you saw, some news that you heard, some way that it was that that I don't, you know what? For some of you, it was frustration. Some of you, it was like the tipping point. This is what I'm getting. Like, I'm just going to give you a scenario. Like, the scenario I'm getting is like, you know what? Enough. Enough of this with the world going this way. Enough of these prices. Enough of uh, these relationships going bad. Enough of this job doing this. Enough. This is what I see. It's almost like you said enough. And you changed your pattern and you said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's where this came about. I feel like you said, enough. I'm not doing this anymore. There's got to be a better way. I don't know what that way is. I can see where I can be, but then that's got you here. And then you just like you're waiting because this is where this is so spirit saying this is where I can help. The key is to let go of these things. That's the key. To get this, to do this, which is the queen, to get these, you got to let go. Like, you're being stubborn and you were trying to bring this in this way. But I think you'll see it now. I think you'll see it now. Okay? But I feel like this is like I don't feel like it was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. No, I feel like you were pissed. I feel like you were upset. I feel like you said enough. Enough. And that's what brought you here. Okay? Now this is the way other people see you. Isn't that funny? The masks. People see you as always getting what you want. People see you as not having a lot, but having enough, right? People see you as a little joyful, not a lot, but you're doing okay. That's how people see you. They, I feel like people see a mask. People don't see the real you. Yeah, I feel like people are seeing the mask. I feel like they're like, well, she always gets what she wants, or he always gets what he wants. And you're like, I had to work my freaking ass off to get what I wanted. Like, to get that little bit. I don't feel like people see you the way. Like, I know this is a celebratory card, but I'm not seeing that right now. I'm seeing that people see you as very celebratory. I see that they see you like always in a good mood, but I don't. There's mask. I don't think they see the real you. I don't think they see the real you. Let's go on your fear. Here's your fear. Your fear is you've got the three of coins. So the fear to me, and again, I did these positions backwards. Sometimes I do it this way, this way. Um, but the fear to me is that you'd have to start all over again. And you're just like, I don't know if I got it in me to start all over again. That's what your fear is. It's just a fear. It's just a fear. I'm telling you, You're not at the king or queen. You're at the emperor energy. Like, what do you think these past 5 years have been? For some of you, 10. For some of you, 14, I'm hearing. What do you think that's all been? That's all been the work, the three, and the four, and the five, and the six, and the king, and the queen. You're an emperor. You're at the emperor energy. You've already done all the hard work, and it's like you're getting to the last part, and you come and you're tired, and you're like, I don't even believe myself. I don't even trust myself. Like your fear is that you'll have to work way harder to get to this state. But I'm telling you, you're at this state. You just have to let go of the strings. Okay, what's your hopes and dreams? The Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a beautiful queen. Um, she's emotionally stable. She's very charitable. Um, she has a boundaries. And she's just calm and beautiful and radiates beauty and love. And I'm not saying that that's what you want to be is like radiate beauty and love, but you just want to be in that state. It's almost like I don't even have to have all the stuff. I just want to be in a better space, like the queen, where my emotions don't take over, where I'm not always in a crisis mode, where things come to me easily, where I'm not fighting the system, where I'm not fighting my family, where I'm not fighting my job. Like I just want to be in this nice, beautiful state and let me radiate my true light, my true self. I feel like that's for a lot of you. Mm, most of you. Like I feel like you know that the things will come later if you could just get into that state. Okay? And then this overall, here's your theme. This is what's going on overall. Is like you're looking again with the 5 of Cups. Sorry about the until I get better lighting because I'm in a new space than I used to be when I used to do these tarot readings. So until I get better lighting, this is just gonna have to do. So the 5 of Cups. Sorry about that. You're looking at these empty cups, but look, you won't walk away from them. You need to look up here. You need to look at what you have, what you're ready to let go of. It's not like you haven't let go of stuff before. Like you guys already know what to do. You're just not doing it. And cause for some reason, you're just like refusing to take the step. And that's several things for several people. They are like, I don't want to start over in a relationship. I don't even want a relationship, some of you. I don't want a new job. I don't want to like you just won't let go of this old pattern. And it's dragging you down. It's what's making you tired. It's what's making all of us tired, which is why we're moving into this new era. We have called to the universe and said we want things to change. We did this in 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016. If y'all have been with me for that long, we've been saying this. Now the time is here and y'all aren't letting it go. We're trying to get into that new space, right? Like we're trying to get into that new space. Yeah. Mm, yeah, that's all I have. So, I hope this helped. I don't know who this was for. I'll have another one tomorrow. We'll see what happens then. Until then, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share this out to people. Um, I'm not really doing any other social media except for YouTube. So if you can share this out, that would be great. Until tomorrow, love you, love you, love you. Bye.